Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today for our short student coffee cup video aiming to demonstrate how you can improve your work before submission with some top tips using Read and Write. My name is Richard and I'll be taking you through the video today, providing some top tips. Feel free to get in touch with me on the email address provided currently on screen if you've got any questions about any of the tips that I'm providing you with throughout the course of the video. Remember that help is always at hand, so I aim to show you proofreading of your work effectively, checking your work for spelling and grammar mistakes, highlighting any errors with our study highlighters, and of course adding any voice notes as a reminder in your work as you go. There is the entire team and there is the team email address. Please feel free to get in touch at any stage and we will be more than happy to help you out. In order to open Read and Write, simply double click on the desktop icon and the toolbar will simply load and become available to support you with making any final changes or adjustments to your doc before making that submission. The first thing we're going to look at is Read and Write in connection with proofreading and how using Read and Write and the play icon, as you can see, can help you identify errors before then using Check It to check for any spelling, punctuation, grammar, verb or homophone errors. Just going to take you into the settings of Read and Write first of all and into the speech section of the contents where we can make any adjustments to the voice that you're using to proofread your text. You can select from any of the voices that we're looking at in the drop down. You can also, which is very, very important, adjust the speed of the voice as well as adding in any word pauses. And you can also adjust the pitch of your voice as well. And lastly, of course, you can test your voice.
This is your new voice. Is it okay?
Just to hear how it sounds before then closing the Read and Write settings. To have any text proofread then, simply click where you want to begin and use the play icon.
As a huge fan of murder mysteries, I was intrigued by the trial of a stranger.
So already there we've identified a couple of errors in our text. Why not give them a highlight using some of our highlighters to draw attention to them so that you know exactly what to come back to.
From the outset, we are introduced to a family living what appeared to be living an idyllic lifestyle in suburban England.
Again, a couple of errors definitely identified there in proofreading. Again, simply highlight those errors and give them a highlight using our study skills highlighting colours so that we know what to come back to. I'm just going to go back into the Read and Write settings and into general settings this time where we can add and remove features from our toolbar. The feature that we're looking to add at this stage is Check It, and you can see just by clicking on it in the settings it's now added and ready for us to use in our toolbar. To have Check It start to check our doc, simply click on the main Check It icon and you can see that there are now a lot of words, a lot of errors identified by Check It that are underlined in purple. I can use Check It in connection with the word dictionary and the picture dictionary. When I click on any of the words that are underlined, you'll see a list of suggested terms that I should have used instead of the word that I have misspelled or misused in this case. And by hovering over any of the suggested words, I can see a dictionary definition. I can also use the play icon to read any of these dictionary definitions aloud, and the purpose is to provide me with reinforcement that yes, this is the correct word from the suggested list that I should have used in the first place. When I've identified the word that I want to use, it's just a case of clicking on it from the list and it'll be inserted into the text, directly replacing the word that I misspelled. Of course, at this stage, I can remove the highlight that I had applied since I've rectified the error. The next error that I'm dealing with is a homophone error, quite a common one, mixing up trailer and trial. Again, using the word dictionary, I can listen to the correct definitions and help me make an informed decision as to what is the correct suggested word that I need to replace the misspelled word with in my text. Continuing on, the next words that we have highlighted there, it's actually just a word that I've repeated. So again, simply click on the underline and click on the suggestion. Next up, we're going to take a look at how we can use the picture dictionary in connection with Check-It. This time we're not going to get a word definition, but we're going to get an image which represents the suggested word in the list in the drop down. All we have to do is hover over the suggested word and you'll see an image appearing in the picture dictionary panel. Again, to help us inform our decision as to what is the correct word that we should be using in this instance. Once we identify it, just like we did before, click on the word and it's inserted into the text, directly replacing the misspelled word. The other option that we have within Check-It is to use the Check-It window. I'm just going to expand the Check-It window. What this allows you to do is it takes one error that it identifies at the time, places it into the window so that you're focused on one error at a time. You'll still get your list of suggested words. You've got your dictionary definition to read aloud to help inform your decision. And it still allows you to click on the suggested word, replacing the misspelled word with your newly selected suggested term. There we can see it's replaced in the text. We'll then move on to the very next error, and you'll see that the errors found count is getting lower as we amend more and more errors within our text. The errors found count going down all the time. The last feature of the Read and Write toolbar that I wanted to demonstrate for you in this video is the voice note. The voice note allows you to leave a recorded comment and place it directly into your doc. In the case of perfecting your work before making that final submission, the voice note can be used to perhaps, if you don't have time to make an amendment or an adjustment to your piece of work at the time, the voice note could be left as a reminder for you to pick up in a few hours time, or maybe tomorrow or the next day. So all we do to simply leave the voice note in your text is click into the text where you want the voice note to be placed, the reminder to be placed. Click on the voice note icon, and then using the record audio microphone, you can begin to leave your voice note. It would perhaps be a good idea to give more of an indication as to why I'm writing about this particular show at the beginning here before getting into the plot. Stop when you've finished recording your voice note, and at this stage you can either save your voice note as an MP3 or insert it directly into your Word doc. When you come back to listen to your voice note aloud and to identify what it was that you wanted to amend within your doc, simply double click on your voice note, click on open, it would perhaps be a good idea to give more of an indication as to why I'm writing about this particular show at the beginning here before getting into the plot. The voice note will then open with your media player and allow you to play that as many times as you want as well. Once you've made the amendments to your doc, simply click on the voice note and you can either cut it or delete it and it's removed from your Word document. That's the details of our customer care team at TextHelp. Please feel free to reach out and ask any questions you wish at any stage. We'll be more than happy to help you out.